I did. I meant to have a Game Boy.
But not a sense, right?
Well, I was just thinking.
That's true.
He would say some story about his grandma not letting him touch it or something like that.
About how his grandma touched him.
He'd be like, oh, throwing Halo stuff until he says, like, no, go for real. I don't remember. Like, all right, man, good chill.
Oh yeah, I gotta hit go live.
It's not show and tell, Brian. Just
HDMI, whatever thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Blowers.
Blowers.
That's right up. Plug it in here and then you hook up the other.
Oh, with a Cat 5?
No. USB. Wireless translator.
Oh, that's
nice. Oh, it's powered by USB.
Why'd you get that from me?
Are we live?
Are we live? That's
We could be memorized.
I had to plug it in.
We could be memorized.
What if we are?
Alright, and yes, we are live on everything now.
Everything.
So those of you who can hear us talking in the background, we're going to be giving away some tickets tonight. Listen to
better
the
write
show.
that on the thing.
I put it on the
Once we...
yeah, I put it on the Twitter already. You already got some tickets to Wizworld. So we're going to give away
They don't.
two sets of rares. So
They do
and I will
tickets.
something along that line. Yeah.
3.
Math is difficult, okay? Don't.
Or you can take those 4 tickets and rip them in half. And have 8 half
And then they're
tickets.
useless.
Right. So we will be giving
You
away
get
sometime during the show. So listen to the show, and we'll tell you how you can win them.
That means you have to listen to the whole thing. You never know what to do.
No, we're not going to tell you when we're going to do it. Sometime during the show, we're going to give them away.
Minute 18 be the last minute.
That's right.
That's this weekend, right?
That is this coming
Could
weekend.
be
Madison,
minute
Wisconsin.
47 seconds. I don't know.
He was just giving a hint. Maybe not.
Probably. That's not. I mean, that's nothing. There's no way you can hold us to that. There's no way
Yeah,
we can hold
basically,
ourselves to that.
the drunker we get, the more apt we are to give them away.
Alright, ready?
Ready?
No!
Hey, by the way, did the laptop work out to you? Oh, did you clean that fan? Alright. Okay, because that fan really needed cleaning.
I repasted it.
Alright. So, but it does boot now.
Well, boots and then shuts down.
Like immediately.
Probably about 3 or 4 minutes.
Then it is just a heating issue, probably.
I would kick it and stuff.
Maybe it is the process.
Yeah, if it's not spinning.
There isn't one on it. Well, there is, but it's one of those
Wait,
that's
wait,
like
With the heat thing.
connected
Did,
away.
and the fan's spinning okay?
It seems to be.
Alright.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So anybody want a part?
Oh, we have a show to do. We have a show to do.
Live from the 6th subfloor basement of the Guys, Games, and Beer Towers. It's the podcast of diminishing expectations. Guys, Games, and Beer!
Yay!
Woo! Full court today.
It is
We
a-
took more prisoners!
Yes! So it is a it is a full press court today. Alright, so I suppose speaking
Did
of
you say a full press court?
full press court. So I suppose or full court press. So I suppose we should start with a court though. Rob.
Oh, shit snacks.
Oh shit snacks!
There's snacks?
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da.
Beer court.
Alright, so what do we got tonight for beer court, guys?
Beer.
Surprise! It's beer! I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed.
Well, this weekend I was up in Green Bay. We were in Titletown. Actually, it's a new area right outside of Lambeau Field. They actually named it Titletown.
Yeah.
And up there is the
Bulldoze the neighborhood.
Did you go up to the top?
No, we didn't.
To the roof?
We didn't go to the roof of that.
That's
But
pretty
right
cool.
next door is, I think that's the Kohler building. But we were at Hinterland, and just figured it's about that time a bunch of Oktoberfest beers are showing up. So Tom's
Complete
favorite.
side point. Did you try one of their pizzas? They have an amazing pizza crust.
We did, but the Reuben wasn't very good.
That's a shame.
because like it kind of dried out. Actually, all the food was kind of like over.
Order in the court, God damn it!
Wait for that.
Alright, we're just gonna have it.
Leave it to Larry.
Judge Bulger here.
Hold him in contempt.
Yeah, you're. I'll hold
I'm
him
a burner list.
contemptuously.
This is the first time Rob's enforced anything.
Yeah.
That's
impressed.
not since my penalty shots were taken away from me.
Yeah, you
tragically.
scared me. Like,
Yeah.
So back to the
Where's
booze.
chocolate liquor?
Yeah, so let's go back to the beer. What do we have here tonight, Ryan?
It's an Oktoberfest beer, and it just like Wisconsin, it's got a deer on the front.
A beer deer. So is the Hinterland the brewery?
Brewery, yeah.
Which
Okay.
we have done a
I do have to
before.
say, like, I'm looking at this. It's probably not gonna be great on cameras when I explain it. It's got a deer on the front. It says Oktoberfest. It looks super fucking hipster. Like, it's got this like bold slogan. It's like, in beer, in life, there is a choice. Those are 3 separate sentences, by the way.
What?
The tired and trodden, or the adventurous and bold. We choose adventure. Congratulations, you did too. This is fucking hipster
It's a
beer.
fucking
it's a little full of
Tyler,
itself.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
It's
like,
a little
You're
full of
evidently a
itself.
jerk pie.
That's the deer
I
you
didn't know
shoot in October.
Alright.
I mean, if it wasn't like a beer from up north, then I would maybe agree with you, but it's, you know.
That was for you, Theodore.
Yeah, but it's Green Bay, though.
That's up north.
That's up north.
They don't use H's up there, up north.
Yeah,
Up north.
Up north.
I said it's past like the upper half
You
of
know,
my
but
hand.
you.
If we're using accurate math.
If Wisconsin is a
You
hand.
know.
That's right.
Right?
If Wisconsin's the
You're
mid,
like, oh,
it's
we're
up on
right-
this part of the
we're right
menu.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's up north.
Yeah, that's up north.
All right, let's give this a try, guys. See what we got.
All right, make sure
It
it's
doesn't.
in a bottle, so make sure you smell it. Take it in.
Somebody's been
Touch
adventurous
Let it
drinking
breathe.
recently.
Yeah, let it breathe out. You know.
It's a seasonal, no less.
It smells like a urinal cake.
That's because I put a urinal cake in yours. That's how you took it. I'm sorry.
I would take a couple.
Well,
sips
it's
of
one of the
this.
ways I take it.
Not bad.
You know, I'm okay with this.
Not bad.
No, for
Doesn't taste
October-
like tin that one.
Oh God. Yeah, that was.
Was that last
Horrible.
week?
You guys were
Yeah.
cracking me up last week. I was in the walk shop or work and I was watching you guys.
I was like, oh man, I'm glad I'm not these assholes.
Right? You were a good voice last week.
I missed out.
You know, that is really good, actually. That is a good Oktoberfest.
I'm
I'm
not.
enjoying it.
I'm not seeing what you think makes it good. Maybe it's just me.
I mean,
Savage.
it's a like
No,
middle of the road.
it's clean. Oktoberfests tend to be a heavier beer, but not as heavy as a porter or a stout or something like that. They tend to be a lighter beer. Again, it's your fall beer for, you know.
Well, see, no, I think that's maybe a little bit what's missing here is it's not particularly heavy.
No, I don't like it. No.
I don't have like that kind of almost caramely or.
But
you know.
but if you look at like mainstream Oktoberfest beers, and there's lots of breweries that do make an Oktoberfest. Let's put this way. I think every brewery makes a freaking Oktoberfest.
It's like beer Christmas.
Right.
I mean,
This I have to remember that. That is a fucking awesome point. Oktoberfest is like beer Christmas.
it's like
You know,
paying your tribute.
But a good Oktoberfest should be something, because you're drinking all day at Oktoberfest, shouldn't knock you on your ass, shouldn't be so heavy that you get full on it. It's a good solid beer that way.
What the fuck
Pansy.
Oktoberfest are you drinking?
Well-
I want the one that knocks you the hell over.
Have you seen the beers that the size of the mugs they have to
Yeah.
walk around with?
Fuck yeah! So
You
you
can't-
really,
you
this
can't
is what
drink-
you want. You don't want a heavy
They're also
beer.
drinking real German.
Yeah, but
beer.
they're like
Not
professional.
that.
No. Again, here's the thing. This is what a real German Oktoberfest would taste like. It's not a heavy beer. It's not an overly alcoholic beer.
okay, yeah, it's supposed to be like malty, toasted.
Yeah, I think I'm
copper-fused.
missing the malty.
It's-
in
No,
the-
I have to say it's okay on the malt. It's not.
I don't think it's anything to write home about. I'll take a Sam Adams Oktoberfest over this. And
Ooh,
that's
but
about
Sam
as
Adams is like caramely.
That's about as mass
That's
produced as you can get.
I don't want them
That's
over
true.
I like
caramely.
that.
I don't like them over caramely.
So
I
the
think
Oc-
this is a good.
The Oktoberfest is the pumpkin spice of beers.
Except for pumpkin
Spice
spice
beers. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. How many freaking pumpkin
So you gotta
spice
use
beers
the
there are
I
now?
love pumpkin
Oh,
spice
dude, God.
and pumpkin
Fuck
spice
it.
beers and
Nasty.
pumpkin spice
Gross,
spiders.
gross,
spider
gross,
We have
spiders.
pumpkins growing in
And
the yard.
spider
Well,
spice
you know
spiders.
how I feel about
Halloween
And
spiders.
spider farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That's the only place. Yeah, you know where pumpkin spice belongs?
Arachnids.
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, I actually, the only
know where else
pumpkin
it
thing I
belongs?
don't
Yeah,
like
my
is pumpkin pie.
And also,
How do you not
beer.
like pumpkin pie?
That's the
And
only.
also-
So I love
You like
everything
pumpkin spice, but you don't like
and I
pumpkin
don't like
pie?
pumpkin pie.
Pumpkins are for
That's like how some people like
Possibly
ketchup and
ruining
not
kids.
tomatoes.
I can-
I don't think we need to eat them.
I can give a pass to people who don't like pumpkin pie because the texture is fucking weird.
That's why I don't like it.
But I like the texture of pumpkin pie because I'm fucking weird.
Why are you feeling your
So-
pumpkin pie?
Oh, if
my
you're not
tongue
feeling your
rot,
pumpkin
you
pie,
sick
then you're
bastard.
not.
Wait a minute.
So wait, you're
Matt,
telling
Matt,
your
Matt,
pumpkin
Matt,
pie.
think about what you just said.
You just said you were bringing your pumpkin
Oh,
pie.
I'm
he
sorry. Do
knows.
you not feel foods with your tongue when you're eating them,
You know what's
Tom?
you know what's great?
No,
is
he
that
knows what he
it's
says.
a nice
Thank you.
moist.
Yeah.
Stick with
Right.
it.
All right,
Yeah.
pumpkin pie.
It's warm and
The
One of the-
moistest.
Warm.
Well, I
That
mean,
texture.
you've got to
Yeah,
also just
yeah.
put as much.
Okay.
Usually
All right, back to the beer. Though.
All right, back to the beer. All right,
Whole
all right. Let's go ahead and vote on this. You know, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm alright with
I've
it.
had better
It's good
Oktoberfest
enough.
beers.
No, I think it's a solid Oktoberfest.
You know what I think
I
you
just
guys
think-
are missing? The last two beers we tried.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
no,
what's
that's
missing.
it.
Yeah, you guys are like,
You know,
yes,
sometimes it is a matter of perspective.
I've been gone drinking good
All right,
beers,
Laura,
so
what-
I ate some gum before, so it tastes real bad to me.
That doesn't do it.
So I'm not
I
gonna
would
vote.
agree it's nothing to write home about, but I mean, I'd still
But it's a
drink
solid beer. Yeah, I would drink it.
it. I drink a lot of this.
All right, so mainly up and a couple of middle of the road. It's nothing bad, you know. We've had Hinterland before, and I gotta say their last beer wasn't bad that we had from them either. I think they're just a good one of these good breweries that just turns out nothing spectacular. Nothing. Oh my God, this is the most
Yeah, I don't
amazing
think
beer
they go out of
ever.
the box like
But-
MKE kind of
Right.
drives out of the
Right.
box on purpose.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Where I don't think this company does, but they do a solid job as far as their brewing goes. So, all right, Judge Rob, pass verdict on this.
Charge 1, smelling like a urinal cake. Guilty as fuck. Charge 2, misuse of the word hinterland. And
this doesn't
Guilty!
Taste, it doesn't taste like deer.
so damn guilty.
I don't
Then
taste
again,
the blood.
even the Jägermeister.
Where's my jalapeno cheddar
That's
flavor additive in
Yeah, it
this
doesn't
beer?
taste like deer urine.
Yeah. So you know that's a good thing. It doesn't taste like
That's
Jägermeister.
the
I'm
best
just gonna
way to eat
say.
venison. Is in a sausage.
All right.
with jalapeno.
We have another
Sentence.
We're still.
You gotta go hunting with my cousin Dave.
Oh, that's better.
Oh.
So
Can you say
New
squeal like a pig?
Glarus also has their Oktoberfest, and they also have a deer on their bottle for some reason. Theirs is called steak.
What
Because
is
in
with that?
Wisconsin,
Yeah.
we kill
Just throw the
deer
deer
in-
on
Yeah, yeah. Fall comes around. It is now bow hunting season in Wisconsin.
That's
It's
our
a
slogan
reminder.
now, isn't it? Wisconsin,
We kill deer.
So apparently
And
they take these hunting.
Breed serial killers, but
Yes, there is that.
That's true. We're very good at that.
and kind of maybe convicted serial killers. Who knows?
Oh, we eat people in Wisconsin. That's what we do.
Cannibals and cheese.
Yep.
The two
Just
C's.
Because one guy ruins it for all of us.
Ed Gein and
okay.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
You know,
And
the
probably
two
few
most
odd-
famous
Stephen
that are
Avery
fictional.
and-
Yeah, yeah. Well, and yeah, I still have to, what's his face from, what was,
What was that son of Sam?
oh God, yeah, Chicago.
Oh, John
Casey
Wayne
and-
Gacy.
No,
Gacy
Son of
had
Sam
a
just
home in
walked up and
Wisconsin,
shot
if you
people in
remember.
cars.
So, just gonna put that out there.
John Wayne Gacy didn't eat people, though.
Yeah, but he killed boys.
Yeah.
As a clown.
As a
Yeah,
clown,
I mean,
okay?
I'm not saying
Come
he
on.
wasn't bad. I'm just saying it doesn't fit in with the whole
We eat
Wisconsin
people.
eat.
Kind of sounds like you're defending
Speaking
John
of
Wayne.
killing boys.
Just saying.
Come on, I'm trying to get off the
Wait,
segment.
he did have a good segue there. Killing boys, Rob. Killing boys. What's
We're
the
gonna
real,
talk about some
what is the
killer
real topic
boys.
tonight, Rob?
Serial killers.
I'm
delicious
gonna be
children
real
are.
good at this topic.
Games you play with children?
No, that is not the topic
Talking
tonight.
now.
Going to hell.
Game clown?
Game clown, yeah.
Game clown, yeah. It's,
Clowns
yeah,
they kill?
it's the best of the, yeah. Yeah, it's all of them.
That's really popular. Number one in the movies right now.
It is! Yeah, it really is.
Okay,
Alright.
what is the
So
real
we're
topic
talking-
tonight, Rob?
We're talking the best of Game Boy, the best Game Boy games that are out there, and I'm gonna take. I did have a poll on my station about whether the DS counts as a Game Boy, and it was it was. I was surprised I got this much on it. It was overwhelmingly hell no. You cannot call a DS a Game Boy.
Striking
But
it
there are
out.
still some people who thought that it could.
It's tough.
Call
Okay.
it, but it was overwhelmingly in the negative.
I'm going to bring up a topic.
So
I'm going
you're
to
saying
talk about that a
after
little
the
bit.
advance, the Game Boy died.
That's it. And it was replaced with the DS. Even though the DS could be played.
The original DS. The original.
But-
No, the original DS could not. It's DSX. Sorry, DSi, and I think some of the versions.
No, the
of
DSi could not.
The Lite. Sorry.
Yeah.
So some of them did, but not all of them.
Yeah. The original DS did not.
Okay,
And they
did
couldn't
not.
play Game Boys, could they? Could
No,
they
they-
only play
oh, maybe
Game
could.
Boy?
Yeah, the
No,
original
it
DS
could play.
could.
It could play
Yeah,
Game
the original
Boy.
DS
Okay.
could.
All the way
Don't
down.
worry. Remember.
Okay,
No Sonic games on the Saturn.
Well,
so you're not that bad.
we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that.
But regardless, different era, and like I can understand like the '90s pinnacle of handhelds. Like I can understand the DS kind of being a cutoff point of where, especially because initially they tried to really plug those touch screen games. The gameplay changed, but yeah. So we're gonna be talking about that golden era handhelds. Put away your Game Gears, folks. It's the Game Boys time.
It's Game
Yeah,
Boy's
I was gonna
time to
talk
shine.
just a little bit about it. I'm not gonna do like a whole blurb like I have in the past, but everybody knows what the Game Boy is. But I'm gonna point out that
What's a Game Boy?
for
You knew that somebody
Get out of
was
here!
gonna
You did
do
do
it.
your research.
for like ever, they've been trying to make a handheld experience that people would actually play. And my childhood was spent with a whole lot of
Like
semi-successful and completely failures at that attempt. Eventually it got to the point where they were, making little travel versions of Yahtzee and crap for people to play.
And
because, board
Hangman.
games are still huge. Yes.
Oh God,
The
I
yes.
had that.
Okay, the Travel Yahtzee was great.
Yeah. And when the Game Boy came out, I'm not gonna tip my hand on what. Well, not really. On what my game is, but it was the first platform really where you were at the beginning playing roughly the same game that you were playing on your console at home. It wasn't a perfect console experience, but goddamn, it was much closer than we'd ever gotten. It wasn't. It enjoyed us. It looked great.
And I'm going to say that I think they did something smart, even though the technology might have been available to do the backlighting and maybe color and all that with the original Game Boy. I'm talking.
Yeah.
But battery consumption and efficiency wasn't at the same level. So you could play your Game Boy for hours on one set of batteries, where some of the others that came out about the same time, they were done in a couple hours because
they had those big ass freaking CF bulbs.
Yeah. All the,
Right.
all the original backlit screens.
Right,
When
right.
they say backlit, they mean they had a CF tube in there that lit the damn screen up.
Right.
And CF tubes eat the juice up.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I think some people, it was just black and white and that, but I think that they made it graphically interestingly enough, but kind of let go of some of the things they probably wanted to do, but
It was a
knew
very
it just
smart
wasn't good.
Yeah,
It was a smart play.
I agree. I think that they did exactly what needed to be done at the time. They did what technology would allow them to do it, but at the same time making it, compelling enough. I mean,
Yeah, it was a good balance.
this is the platform of Pokemon. I mean, this is the platform. This is it. This is like the birth of like some heavy video gaming that went on in the pocket. Before then, you were playing Space Invaders or Pac-Man or something.
Yeah, like
Like I said, watch games.
this.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a pinnacle of like 80s, 90s kids' experiences for the most part. Like, and especially, like I remember getting my first Game Boy at Christmas with Tetris and just like lost my shit. Like, absolutely, it was like, is that magical, like, oh my god, moment of like you can actually play these games on the go. And again, it held up. It sold well. They had many iterations of it. Your Game Boy, the Game Boys in various colors, and then the Pocket, and then the Game Boy Light, and then the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. Obviously sold super damn well. It was a staple in '90s terminology. So it was just.
All right, well, let's go ahead and start with the games before we get too much into the platforms and talk about what game we all liked on the Game Boy.
Pokemon.
Is there another? Are we gonna talk about anything besides Pokemon? Because as soon as I saw
No, we are going to talk about other
We'll talk about the 10
I'm just
to
saying,
older,
when I saw the title of the episode, I was like, oh, so we're all gonna talk about Pokemon. It's
You
not-
can.
You
No, you
can.
can.
My game isn't Pokemon.
Fine.
Mine
but
isn't.
You think Game Boy,
Mine
you think
isn't.
Pokemon. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So and that's fair. And like I commend Red and Blue. Like
Sure.
Right? And I was like, but I do have to say, Gold and Silver, best damn games when it came to the Pokemon series. Because you pretty much got 2 games in one. You got to play through the whole Johto region, collect all these new Pokemon, and you're like, oh fuck, I beat the Elite Four, I'm gonna go back to Johto and play the original story with all these new Pokemon. It was like, I legitimately learned, when I learned that fact, I bought a copy in Japanese at a friggin' market down in Illinois when I was a kid.
Remember you
Didn't
that
know jack
And
shit.
it was in Japanese.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a full Japanese copy.
You could learn, like, once you learn the menu and everything, it was really simple.
We're getting some great feedback on games in the Peanut Gallery, so don't just say Pokemon, guys. I mean,
Well, I'm talking about other stuff, but we have to address the 10-ton elephant in the room.
Well,
but Kirby Pinball was a good choice. Glenn,
Well, don't take every.
I'm just saying we're getting some feedback in the Peanut Gallery right now. So
I would say that's generational. Yeah, for you guys it's Pokemon, but that doesn't even hit
You
my
said
radar.
Pokemon.
Well, yeah.
Okay, let's start with you, Justin.
Well, I call Pokemon because it's funny.
Which one?
I had red and I had yellow.
Okay, so did you like the red the better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was Charmander, Fire.
Right.
But yeah, you have to address the 10-ton elephant.
Yeah.
I do want a listing of in here, man.
Somebody did.
We're getting a lot of good
I do appreciate the mention of Tetris, though. Again, I got that with the original Game Boy, and I think culturally, like, that was a huge seller for the Game Boy. It was so close to the arcade experience because it was a relatively simple game.
Right.
Being able to take it wherever you go, like, was a big deal, and like it had a wide appeal. So like,
we had a debate on this show whether or not it should count as the #1 selling video game of all time because it was packaged with the Game Boy.
But it's such a wide appeal. Like, I mean, like, there are a handful of people who don't like Tetris, but overall, like, you gotta say, like, oh, I appreciate Tetris as a game. Like, it
Really, guy played it, yeah.
Yeah, and I enjoyed playing it. Or a lot of people really love Tetris. Like, it's a damn good puzzle game. So it was like bringing that the first time as a actual portable experience was pretty fucking revolutionary. And the fact you could do that on an old ass Game Boy, black and white,
Hey,
but it played well.
Thank you.
It fucking played well. And again, like that's what I got with my Game Boy, and I will always remember that Christmas at Grandma Joe's when I got it for Christmas. And that was my moment.
You spoiled him.
It was like a joint gift. I think like everybody like.
Yeah, we got kind of kicked in on that.
Yeah. So.
All right, Larry, how about you?
You know, the original Game Boy was kind of a hardcore system for me. Like a lot of systems I've had. I've talked about me getting a Nintendo 64 and selling it almost the next week, and so. But that one I got into hard, and part of the reason was they had 3 Final Fantasy games that were just phenomenal. They had Final Fantasy 1 and 2, which is basically the sort of standard Final Fantasy approach where you had turn-based selecting and they were both awesome. I played them for hours and hours and hours. But they introduced Final Fantasy Adventure. Yes. And Final Fantasy Adventure was a Legend of Zelda style game in the Final Fantasy. The world really isn't consistent, but in that sort of world, and it was so awesome. I played it forever. I completed all 3 of those, which I don't complete a lot of games, and they were just so awesome to play. It was one of those where I had to buy the expansion light so I could play it
at night. So, everybody had their own kit. Magnifier, the speakers on the side.
That's so horrible.
I put in 8-hour sessions on that thing. Yeah, it was great. And then that was on top of it's got one of the best. And I'll take it a few, but I don't think anyone else could have them. So it had one of the best versions of Burger Time that I still play today,
I've never played. Is it like the original Game Boy?
It's
black and white, or
yeah, the original black and white Game Boy Burger Time. And I have the original. I'm gonna say it wrong. Everyone's gonna laugh. Cartridge. And
wow, it's good footed, people.
I don't get it.
Yeah. So
what's weird about the way he said cartridge?
That's right. Yeah. And
he said cartridge.
I play it all the time. And it had a nice system because as you go further along, They would give you passwords so you could skip earlier levels and stuff. The first couple levels are the same as the arcade.
Right.
And
Remembering
then
that
it
the
starts to
original
break
Game Boy
apart.
did not save games.
Right.
So
yeah.
you had to go
Well,
Some
well,
did
on
have
the
built-in-
original?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
sure.
Final
Depends on the
Fantasy.
cartridge.
Pokemon.
The Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
Pokemon,
Yeah, they had a
Have
battery.
a battery. Did have the battery.
They
yeah.
did have a battery in them, and you know that was always worrisome.
I don't remember,
Eventually
yeah.
the battery would go away, and it was an expensive
Yeah.
one. To
Older
buy.
games did not.
You know
But
that's
yeah.
I think it might have
Back at a
came
time
out.
where
I might
they
have
don't
came
start
out in that $60 price point kind of area
Yeah.
for a Game Boy game, you know. But it had a battery in it, which none of the other ones did. And of course, and I'll share one more. Is it had a great port of Blades of Steel, which was so awesome, because of course Blades of Steel was
Hockey.
awesome on NES, yes, hockey, and it was just a really good version of hockey, really fun. It's very simple. Of course, you could get in a fight and punch, and if you won the match, you got the puck. So that was really rewarding to beat the crap out of the other guy. So that was part of the game, and they ported it over to the Game Boy, and it was awesome. Like you said, I mean, it was the graphics were the same as the NES. Yeah, the color wasn't there, but
Gameplay was good,
the
too.
detail was there.
Right, and the gameplay was there.
I was gonna go back to Burger Time just for a second. I think one of the reasons why that Burger Time was so good is because they did not go arcade with the controls. To make it work on a smaller screen, you had to get rid of that horrible stringent. I've got to be pixel perfect on top,
Which we've
before I
talked
can
about
move.
before.
Right, that's one of the annoying parts of Burger Time. Yeah, they relaxed
there
a
was
little
a bit of
Somehow
slap,
made it a better.
slap,
It made it a better game.
It made it better.
Yeah,
I
you're just
actually
getting
enjoy
less
playing
stuff.
the Game Boy version to this
Yeah.
day, sometimes more than playing the arcade game.
Because it's freaking
So-
good.
So there's some great.
Can you
Great
play that with
Game
the
Boy
fake
games.
colorizer? Does the fake colorizer work really
Well,
well?
I have done that because I bought and you could do that with the Super Game Boy, the one that you would insert in the SNES, and then you could play your Game Boy games in a SNES.
I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna
Yeah.
mention
Oh
that
yeah.
because that thing is amazing. And like you said, like how the Game Boy really delivered a console experience. You could literally get it with the games, and it was still just amazing. Because sometimes you don't want to sit there huddled over this little screen. Sometimes you want to kick back on the couch and play Pokemon.
I remember the first time going over to a friend's house and seeing he had a Silver Game Boy and then plugging his Pokemon cartridge, and it not only made it color before the Game Boy Color came out, and had like all the custom borders and shit.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
It blew my freaking mind.
that was awesome.
I was
That
like,
was,
I'm gonna rob you. I'm only 8, but
I'm still gonna rob you.
I have no money, so I have to rob you.
I am sorry.
There's no choice.
Can we still be friends after this?
No.
That's
All right.
yeah.
Alright,
because
Matt,
I
how about
wanna
you?
see what-
Pokemon. It's probably the only game
Battery.
that I played on Game Boy, period.
Which Pokemon?
I like the Gold, Silver, Crystal series. Like, they're just, it's fucking fantastic. Games.
Was that?
Fantastic.
Were those in a? I'm trying to remember the cutoff. Were those the start of the color, or
That's
were
the
they
start of the
still?
color, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they were the launch one. They were one of the
red
launch
and blue,
titles
red,
for
blue, and
color.
yellow were only 1998 and late 1999 for Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. And then it was like 2000, late 2000, early 2001, I think, for the Gold, Silver Gen 2 generation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was a
those are
big
really
deal.
fun.
Like that was like I'm just thinking of like, because I remember like 1998, it was like a few months in, like I got Pokemon Red, and so I had an original Game Boy, and like I started on my hustle. As I had that original Game Boy, and then in 5th grade, I legitimately traded it to a kid on the playground for a gold Game Boy Pocket he had that had a loose screen. It had like, they had like a plastic bezel on the front of it. It was loose. And I was like, I can just glue it back on.
So,
You
as
lost.
a-
You
No,
lost.
I know. Travis comes home with this like,
A different Game Boy. I'm
dude, it's like,
you gotta give that back.
yeah, because
And then
I knew the value of this versus the value of what he traded the kid for it.
But he didn't regret it, so like I got to keep. I legitimately like used a glue stick out of my friggin'
Man, I wonder where this kid is now.
Yeah.
Probably living in.
Thanks, Tristan. I appreciate it.
Living in regret.
What is Tristan doing now?
I don't, yeah. He traded me his gold Game Boy Pocket that had
Is
his
he a
broken
contributing
bezel.
member of society?
Probably. Yeah, I like, but I mean, like, it was nice. Like, my Game Boy was in decent shape, so.
Other than changing from Gray Boy to the Pocket,
Gray Boy, I like that. It's a good name.
basically, that same console had at least a 10-year run of real activity.
Yeah.
That's
a
and
long
like
run.
actually like
That is a long
big
run.
selling games. I was thinking about it. It's like I got my original Game Boy when I was a small child, and I was thinking like I'm still buying games in like '98. I'm like, okay, I was starting to get a little like 10 or whatever, and like then after that you had a Game Boy Color, and I was like,
Well, the color would be like a new, almost like a new console.
yeah, because you couldn't
know,
play on the original.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, but the fact is I got it when I was like 5, and it was like still producing hit games.
Right. Now
Like
I
5
got
years
my
later.
first one in like out of high school. So
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, I mean it's
That's
at least a 10-year run.
That's kind of bizarre. You know, you think about that thing ran the early hits when it first started. The early hits from the Apple II. I'm not kidding you. It had Apple II hits on it, like Lode Runner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
Lode
a
Runner
lot-
shit.
a lot
Yeah,
of
no,
Apple
but it did
II ports for
have it on that. But that's also Lode Runner was a multi-platform game anyway. It was on the
Yeah, but it sorts
64.
itself.
But the point is
Apple,
Windows
they were taking
95, baby.
Yeah,
They were
did.
taking
You're right.
game
They had a
ideas.
version for 95.
I know,
at
because
the
my
end-
dad was fucking obsessed with that game.
At
Really?
the end of it,
Yeah, it was like the only video game he played. But he was just like, I have to get the monks to fall into the hole.
Anyway, at the end of its life,
Those are
it
good
was
reproduction
trying to
noises, by
push
the
out
way.
PlayStation games.
That was a good impression of your dad.
Yeah.
It had
PSX
Ballerina
games.
Touch Indeed.
Yeah.
This is a PlayStation
PSX
game.
games,
So-
yeah.
Yeah,
Before the
they-
advance, this is still Game Boy.
The advance is out by this point, but you could still get GBAs.
Yeah, because it's
I'm
like
sorry,
Game
yeah,
Boy
not
Color.
GBAs. Get the GBCs.
looks like '89 was Game Boy, and then 12 years later is Game Boy Advance.
Right,
yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
a lot of years for the Game Boy to have
Yeah.
different
because-
versions, like the color, like you were saying, the color, the
Yeah,
smaller
the color
ones,
was in
different.
there, but still, I don't even think color was. They don't, maybe a 2-3 year run, really.
It was basically the end of the life of the Game Boy before the Advance came out. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was only like 2-3 years or something.
It was, yeah. Again, the Game Boy Color was nice. Again, you can stick your original cartridges in it.
Right,
Play
which is the beauty
in
of it.
color.
Yeah, which was also cool that they added a fake color to it.
Yeah, I mean they were backward compatible, like
Yeah. It was-
completely through.
Which
you know,
was
it's just-
which was amazing. All right, Laura, how about you?
Alright, I have 2.
Oh, good.
First one is a Pokemon version, but it's Pokemon Pinball.
Oh.
It was
Alright.
really cool.
They had to have Rumble at the top.
Yep,
Yeah.
it sure did. You had to
Single
put a little
double A.
battery in
Yeah.
it, and it had a rumble feature.
Built into the
And-
cartridge?
Yep, and
Yep.
so
Oh,
then
okay.
when you hit the pinball against things, it rumbled and stuff. It was pretty cool. That was one of my favorites. And then Harry Potter. I'm not sure if it was a good game, but 10-year-old me really enjoyed it. So you just run around, you cast spells, and I don't even remember what else you do, but you do
That's
stuff.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Just spells.
Pretty much.
And to get murdered in gruesome ways. But that's towards the end of the
I
series.
was gonna say, not like
Not when we were getting games at that age. That is what happens. Read the series. A lot of people get murdered pretty
We are
gruesome
getting
ways.
so many good games. You know, you
Yeah,
forget
I
how
know,
many
it's-
games there were.
I mean, it had
It's
a long
almost
run.
as if
Oh,
the Game Boy was an extremely popular.
No, you know, I'm looking at some of
almost
these
got-
titles,
you
and I had
almost-
forgotten about a lot of these titles that are coming up in the.
Yeah,
we
so
know what we talked
Lewis
about.
mentioned Super Mario Land, which was one of the earlier games I got. I really liked that because it was an older Game Boy game that really was very close to the console experience. Yeah, it was the graphics kind of looked a little janky in comparison, but like I remember playing as a kid and be like, man, this is like playing Super Mario on the NES. Like,
Yeah.
it was a close enough experience that it was like, and with the technology that it had, it was very impressive.
See, and that's talking about some things being that Jason mentions Metroid, and Metroid on the Game Boy played like it played on every other system. So when you played it,
Yeah,
you
again,
didn't lose
the
any
graphic-
feel.
the graphics
I
are a
think
little
you
weird.
still know, but the
The
gameplay
gameplay felt
was
like
perfect.
the source material.
No, you can talk about it. You can talk about it. We're just saying we're getting so many good games in the chat room right
I
now.
told him.
You did. You did tell them.
Oh, and by the way, they just said Ben says go away, Matt.
Which Ben?
Well, how many beds do you know?
Well, there are a
There
couple.
are two
Okay,
in the
Tom
chat
said.
right
Tom
now.
said.
Fuck you, Ben.
Hi, Benji.
You can't tell me where to go. You already left.
All right.
Save your crime for later, man.
All right, Ryan. Ryan, now that we've stolen your thunder, how about you, Ryan?
I think it was Metroid.
Yeah.
Metroid 2, what was it? Return of Samus. So I
Return to Seamus.
Shame.
Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him.
So for me, when I got Game Boy, it was like somebody introduced it to me. Like, you know, everyone had the Tetris thing, and like it was one of those where everyone was playing it. So I think for Tetris, that was pretty cool. And then I started realizing, look at all these other Nintendo-style games that you like take with you on the walk, you know, with you to go. So yeah, I had the Mario Land, but the Metroid, I think I loved the original Metroid, and then being able to take Metroid with me in a different version was a lot of fun. Because it still had a lot of the same functionality. I don't remember if it's saved though.
It did not save. The original Metroid did not have a save on it.
I would guess for the time probably had a password system.
Password, probably same thing. Because I know Metroid had the password we had to write down.
Yeah.
Right.
I would guess for the time it would probably.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost gonna have to separate GBA.
No. Do not send it to GBA because
I mean I think we're gonna have to have another
I
episode
almost
of
feel like
GBA.
it's
I
right
think
to though.
We can. Let's.
I think it's fair enough. Let's
Yeah,
just stay on.
I had.
Game Boy
I got a
itself.
GBA one, guys.
You can use yours now.
All right.
You guys technically.
I got a GBA one.
I talked about other people's games. Mine was gonna be a GBA game. So.
All right. I got a GBA
Yeah,
game
you fucked
too.
my game over too, Travis. So.
I was using comments.
No,
I was using people's comments. I'm
Right,
sorry.
we're
Well, I got some people's comments.
We're just interacting.
Blow me,
here.
Travis.
I didn't realize how long that platform stayed, just the Game Boy, without being as advanced.
that's
over the
crazy,
new
right?
cartridge style. In like 10 years? That's 10
That's
plus years. That is.
Oh.
I mean,
Well, when did the Advance originally come?
2001.
2001.
So we have 89 to 2001.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like 12 years.
yeah.
That's a long ass time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they
yeah,
do
but
that
it went through
color
different
there,
iterations.
though.
Yeah, but again, that
Well,
was,
yeah, but they were
but
still releasing games.
Right, and all
for
backward
the
compatible
Game Boy
Game Boy.
Pocket.
No,
and that.
yeah.
Like,
The Game Boy Color games did not work in the original Game Boy, so
Right.
there were specific games over the system. It wasn't.
It'll give you a
Yeah,
message
like
though.
Heroes
Heroes
of Might
ID.
and
I
Magic.
did that. Yeah, it does give you a message. It says this is for the Game Boy Color,
yeah.
and then it says blow me. No, it doesn't. Say
That's what all Nintendo games said, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, blow
So
me.
if you want to work,
Game
to
free.
work.
Blow me.
Blow this
Please.
end. Yeah.
All right. How about you, Tyler? How about you?
I actually have mentioned this
That
game
probably wasn't
before,
the
like
best
years ago on podcasts, but Donkey Kong for the Game Boy is amazing. It's not
Donkey
just,
Kong Country or
It's-
Land?
no,
Oh,
Donkey
Donkey Kong.
Oh,
It's
no.
just-
I
Donkey
played that
Kong.
one totally too.
no, it's not just the main level. It starts off there, and then you go through an entire series of different levels and stuff. You can do different jumps and stuff, different environments you interact with, and it is freaking fun. It's also not
Yeah,
that easy
That's a
at
good
times.
choice too.
Yeah,
I
I
like
played
that
the
one.
hell out of that, and it was great. It had save feature in it and everything. I mean, it was really great.
I had Donkey Kong Land. That was also a really good to a handheld port. Like I didn't own a Super Nintendo, so the Game Boy was the best thing I had, and it was pretty fun. Like playing like a Donkey Kong experience. Again, I haven't played the one on the Game Boy. I'll have to go back and check that out.
Yeah, they
Straight
released
Donkey
it
Kong.
as a virtual
Thank you,
one you
King.
can download actually too. So I recommend checking it out. But also, even though it's not totally the same thing, I was just going to mention the Super Game Boy because it's amazing, and be able to sit down on the couch and play on a full screen is awesome.
That is, yeah.
Funnily enough, there in Japan they actually had a Super Game Boy 2.
And what did the Super Game Boy 2 do?
I don't
Yeah.
know what
It had the number 2 on it.
Yeah,
It was
it allowed you to
super.
play Game Boy Advance game on your SNES.
That was
That'd be-
that
be
was the
awesome.
bootleg version.
Oh, it really all it does is add the link port. So yeah, you can actually link up so you can like trade Pokemon.
It's clear.
I remember doing that as a kid too,
Yeah.
in the big tire thing at the school.
Yep, at elementary school.
We were
That was
cool.
We were on the racket, you know. I had the early Game Shark, you know.
Oh, the Game Shark. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about hardware in a little bit. Here.
I knew how to and I was like only one of the kids in like elementary school who knew like how to do the rare candy glitch and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, I get all the missing now and all that fun stuff. And
No,
now-
Benji Gamer knew about the number 2. It fixes latency issue.
Oh, okay.
He said.
Ah, all right.
So yeah, input delay, things like that for playing games. But
I never noticed latency, but I kind of move in slow motion anyways. So.
That's true. Now that the vision's blurry, I really don't have a problem
Larry
with
is the lag and Bob.
LCDs either.
So again, I did not get into the handheld gaming. Here's my thing with handheld gaming: is I always felt there was a little isolation, and we'll talk about that a bit more later. I felt that handheld gaming was generally, again, great for one person, but I like gaming for gaming experiences, so I didn't get much into that until last year when Travis showed me something on the Game Boy Advanced, Four Swords. Which is unfreaking believable. Now, the cool thing about Four Swords is it's not really a Game Boy Advanced game per se.
So
it's a GameCube game that allows you to use Legend of Zelda.
The Zelda game?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I'm
there's
surprised at that.
There's two games. So the original Four Swords, there's Zelda Four Swords, which was part of Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Advance, and it was so you could actually play 4 Link cables together and play with the Game Boys. And then after that, there was Four Swords Adventures, but that's technically a GameCube game.
I know it is, but you have to have the Game Boy Advance to come and play it.
He realizes that he likes little boys better than he likes little girls.
He never makes the moves on
Yeah.
so. Sorry. Side note.
I'm sorry.
Wow, that was a sidebar. No.
Sidebar.
I couldn't.
That was quite the sidebar.
I had to
that
leak
the mics
it.
picked up nicely.
Well,
okay, but so here's the thing about that. But you still need the Game Boy Advance to play it. You have to have those for controllers, and
that's very loosely a Game Boy game.
But it's still a Game Boy Advance game, so you really have to have the Game Boy Advance to use it. Well, okay, it's a game, but you can't play without the Game Boy Advance. And I do like the fact that it's a multiplayer game.
You use the Game Boy player.
If you, well, okay, yeah, well that's what kind of what we're doing. Well, we cheat to do it, but
it wasn't even Nintendo.
Now we're nitpicking.
You're like this Naughty Dog. This was on the PlayStation 2.
Now we're nitpicking.
Master.
But it's cool.
No, and again, it's a great multiplayer game. And that's something I want to talk about when we get to the harder part of the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy systems is multiplayer. We'll get to that a little bit more later.
So the guy,
We will.
the guy who's
We got time.
totally into
Let's
VR.
do a Game Boy Advance episode. Fuck it.
We should separate it.
We could break it up. All right. Then
Totally into
I'm still
VR
talking something else.
experience is concerned about an
There's plenty of fun
isolated
stuff to talk
gaming
about. There's
Yes,
Link
but
sharing games.
you can do
There's
VR as a
games.
multiplayer game. A lot of them are. Again, my favorite one right now is still Wands, and that is a good multiplayer game.
Are we allowed to? We're allowed to announce.
Not with anyone in the
we're allowed
room,
to tell
though.
people in the chat room about MGC. now.
Yes,
That's
we
right.
are. Yeah, it's an official announcement now. So guys, MGC this year, we are going to be amazing this year. You think what we've done before at MGC is off the hook? Wait till you see what we do this year.
We have space.
We're gonna be more drunk.
That too.
We're
Keep the room
drinking
at
less
90
sweaty.
Cross-dressy.
Less sweaty. Slightly.
Oh, that'd be
Don't count down the less sweaty part yet.
It's
okay?
so big though. The facility is so large. I mean,
It is so big.
Damn it, well, maybe.
You can just take so much inside of it, Justin.
Space to insert so many things.
And it does make you sweaty.
God
that way.
damn it all.
Oh, my eyes are watering. I had to hold that beer and just choke it.
Okay.
Because it was so big.
Trav, what was the Mega Man card? I assume it means card.
Okay, that was the one I was going to talk about in the advance episode, but it's called Mega Man Battle Network. It's one of my favorite series. Like, it's,
Don't blow this load.
it's pretty underrated. I'll talk about it.
All right. So I know we're gonna break off Advance to a separate.
I think we're going to have to.
All right, I
Just
agree.
based on-
I'll talk about it, but if you get a chance to take a look into it, spend a little time. The games are relatively cheap. There's plenty of them. It's a very fun game.
Okay.
Mega Man Battle Network.
Let's talk a little bit.
Super dope.
Let's talk a little bit about the hardware. But before we talk about the hardware, let's go ahead and give away some passes to Wizard World Madison. All
What's
right.
all time?
So it's a giveaway time. If you're watching the show live right now, or even if you catch this recorded, enter the contest because you never know who's done it or who hasn't. So here's the deal. We've got 2 sets of passes to give away to Wizard World Madison, which is this coming weekend in Madison, Wisconsin. It'll say Wizard World Madison. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to send an email to, and I'll tell you in just a moment, and in the subject line you're going to say Wizard World. And if you send us the email and you're one of the first emails there, one of the first 2 emails, you'll get a pair of tickets to Wizard World Madison. So send them to.
Take a whiz at Guys Games.
No.
Take a picture of you whizzing.
Send them to wizardworld@guysgamesandbeer.net. First 2 emails we get with Wizard World as the subject line. Each get a set of passes. We'll send you back a link for your set of passes. All right, go now. If you're watching the show, you want those.
All right,
tickets?
now you gotta get it on.
I will.
You gotta get it on our.
I'll put it on the
social
Facebook
media
page right now. All right.
Well, it's too late by that time.
Well, it might not be. You never know.
Never know.
We got enough live listeners, but
Yeah,
They might not-
but they
they
may
might
not.
not be
They
open.
may not be open that weekend. So let me put that on that. Rob, you gonna do it? You gonna put it on Facebook? I'll put it on the
I
Twitter.
didn't
Wizard
think
World.
I'll put it on Twitter.
It's the podcast itself goes up.
Well, yes, but if you're watching
Right now.
live,
Ah,
if you're
okay.
following
An
us on Twitter.
incentive to watching live.
So,
gonna
I
say,
mean, for
great
us
incentive,
chodes
yeah.
who aren't watching it live right now, I mean, we're gonna talk about something, you
So
know?
those jerk-offs who are listening on their podcast apps really missed out.
Well,
Aw,
They're
That's
also
too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
they also might be in Argentina.
It's the
so
worst.
they probably couldn't make it.
Right.
You know what
right.
else is
Yeah.
the
Right.
worst?
So
Segway. I was doing a segue again.
We don't have
You bought a Segway?
Nice.
That was the worst.
Good job, Paul.
You know what else is the worst? I did it again. All right, 3rd time. Come on, you gotta get at the bat.
I don't have a bat.
All right, we're gonna talk about the worst games in the game, but.
Oh yeah.
Travis.
All right, I just threw it up and hit the
I
ball.
just want to keep talking about good games.
Yeah, there were so
There
many
were
good
so
games.
many.
I know there were. I know when there. Let's talk
I
about.
don't really. I'm not gonna enforce the bad games part.
That's good. 'cause if
I didn't feel
free games,
really.
I'm
I don't really
gonna
feel
buy
we
all
need it.
Pokemon, so.
We can just talk about more good games.
I'd like to talk
Like,
about
talk
Mario.
some about hardware.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the hardware.
All right,
Oh, it's
take it
pandemic.
away on the hardware.
All right, so who wants to go
Man,
first on that?
strong.
I'd like to talk about it.
You're
Who
always
else
on
would-
stuff.
Okay, no, you know what?
No,
I
I
want to talk
feel
about
like you're gonna
let's talk
talk
about
about it.
let's talk about the original Game Boy. Think about all the accessory packs they sold for the original Game Boy.
Ooh, the printer?
Not just the printer.
Yeah, with the camera.
The
Yeah.
camera. Okay, no,
The camera.
that's the one I wanted to bring up.
Wait,
Because
go
this
for
was
it.
in the early days of digital photography.
Alright.
You know, this was before you had a phone that had a camera on it.
Or you had a dedicated digital camera.
Thank you.
almost.
And yet they
Like,
came out with
a 0.3 megapixel camera would have been, you know, a couple $100.
Hundreds.
right, but it
Absolutely.
wasn't for this particular system. You could get it for about $60. It was a plug-in that fits your cartridge thing, and if you had the printer, the cool thing was not only could you actually take pictures, you could print them out on that printer that came with the Game Boy.
You can also put yourself in games, which was pretty
Which
little.
no,
tiny
Make funny
games.
faces?
Yes, it had applications for doing that. So,
Little ball juggling.
so
one.
think about all the stuff you could do with that.
It was Snapchat before Snapchat.
Well, you know, and again, if you think about when this came out, like I said, you didn't have digital cameras.
I don't think it was Snapchat before Snapchat, because
You couldn't send that shit.
yeah.
You could
Well,
print it
you
out
could.
and
Yeah,
stick
that,
it.
that didn't stop people from
Yeah,
taking
you could
pictures of their
print it
giant.
out.
Well, you can still print it out
Print
and stick it.
Send it snail mail.
It was in 1998.
And mail
I
it
wonder.
to your-
I remember there
send
being
it
Digital
Yeah,
cameras
yeah,
were out,
right?
Yeah.
but
It was
again,
still very
they were
early on.
really expensive.
Very
Yeah.
The
expensive.
late
right.
90s, where you actually had to work to get your dick pics on to people who didn't want to see it.
I'm doing a quick search because I remember
You
some
didn't.
other
You could paste
some
them
other
with, like,
games
your
were
stickers, you
compatible
just
with the
stick them in
Game
the
Boy
bag.
printer.
See,
But now that was a cool piece of hardware that
I
they
never
came
did.
out with that nobody else had done yet. I mean, think about it. Can you think of another system at the time that
And
had
it's
that?
truly fucking bizarre. They're like, oh hey, like,
Go
get
take
some
a picture of
Okay,
mine.
now here's the reason why they did it. In Japan at the time, photo booths were really popular.
popular.
That's why they had that background application that went with it. Photo booths,
you got your own little
these
sticker
weird
and
little
all.
booths where you could go get your own photo stickers printed up were really popular in Japan.
So
Hence the reason Nintendo.
I have
went with that.
I have a list of games compatible with the Game Boy printer, and apparently there was a Little Nicky Game Boy game, and it was compatible with the Game Boy printer.
Well, we
Okay, that's
gotta
just
get
weird.
it.
you know,
Little Nicky.
Little
like,
obviously they're a bunch
Like
of
the movie?
Yeah.
Adam
Sandler. Yeah,
That
but
was
there's
you
a
too,
bunch of,
Bullshit,
obviously
right?
the Pokemon games, I remember you could like print out some of the
Just
Pokemon
keep
you had in
on
later
coming.
generations, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it
Sounds
was,
like a good
the
time.
fact was, you got the roll and it was actually like stickers, so you could actually print them out, put them on your friggin' notebooks and stuff. I mean, because I was a cool kid and I wanted to show off all my Pokemon. You know.
That's right.
But you could do it.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing. A lot of the software or the cartridges actually took advantage of the ability to print things out and started putting that into their games where you could print things out.
Yeah, I made it Wizard Word.
Well,
Well, that's gonna fail.
All right. You had one job.
I
One
know.
job.
Well, God, it's not like, I mean, really, based on
You have
history.
5 jobs.
Yeah, I
That's how
mean,
pro handles it.
Yeah, all right.
I made it Lord.
He knew.
So,
It goes to the same place.
He
It's
knew it was
okay, we
coming.
gotta catch all
He'll
of them.
That's what she said.
He's got a hyper in it.
Walked right into that.
so I mean, outside of Matt, we all had Game Boys as kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
wow.
I was old by the time.
I was old by the time the Game Boy came
Holy
out.
crap, you were.
What?
No, I was.
Wait, I
What
was
was-
still in high school.
Did you
I was
guys,
still in
did you
high
guys have
school.
any weird colors or variants that you
No,
guys
I
really liked?
gray.
I had a
Game
for
Boy.
the Game Boy Color. I had a Pokemon one, so it had
Was it the yellow one?
the yellow one with the
With-
little Pikachu
Oh,
on it, and
I had,
We kids, we had no awareness of that. In 1989, we had no internet to tell us that those were out there. If you saw it on the shelf, you bought it, but it wasn't very often on the shelves in the middle of fucking Wisconsin in the 47th
Back in my
worst video
day.
game.
We worked walked
You know,
both ways.
Marty
Way
Way
uphill,
all the time.
I get it.
Oh, we had
It was in
Zero
the
snow.
rain and the snow.
All we had was
Snow on the
Timo
way
for
up,
miles
and rain on the
around.
way back.
Polio.
Well, that sounds
whatever,
like
I
a
get
good
it.
thing.
And they didn't arrest pervert uncles back then either, so you're being touched the whole way up.
Yeah, I remember.
That's true. In the '80s, that they really
Yeah.
just hated kids in the '80s.
Tom
Boy,
said
oh
had
boy.
the
He
same. Tom said had the same.
Oh,
Game
yeah?
Boy. I was super jealous of that
The
one.
you had some
It was
big
a Game
nights,
Boy Color.
Benji.
Yeah, Ben had the Game Boy, the Pokemon Game Boy. They had a few different ones. There was the first gen one, which was the yellow and blue. They had the yellow front, blue back. Had a Pikachu on the front. It was really cool. And then they had one for silver and gold, which was it had the starter Pokemon had Cyndaquil and Totodile. It was like silver, which was pretty sweet. I had a pretty generic the Atomic
Nothing.
Purple.
Yeah, I had that purple clear one.
Yeah, that was
Without
a
color,
purple
I
one
think
was
it
cool.
was. Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
I had a couple different ones. I
Why
had
was
that
it?
one.
Why was it Atomic? I don't know.
I know. I had
They had
that
the
clear
Atomic-
one. I had the blue one, and I had like a Pikachu.
Because they came out at the same time that they had those 64
I had a
controllers.
purple.
No,
like
like
the-
yeah, the
Yeah,
N60, the Atomic
yeah.
Purple
Atomic
N64.
Purple. And it was clear, and you were like, ooh, it's clear.
Yeah, yeah.
I only had
No, I can see the
original,
really boring
pocket,
internal parts.
and
Oh,
then
I
the
can see there's
same
incredibly basic
color.
circuit
That
boards
was
in there.
blue or
Neat.
teal or whatever.
World Wizard, yeah.
Circuit boards, how did they work?
Joysticks. Anyway,
And I had a squiggly light for mine.
yeah.
Yeah,
You still have the
squiggly
squiggly light. Yeah, it's in the basement.
Funnily enough, so again, I touched base on it just a little before, but during the Game Boy Pocket era in Japan, they had the Game Boy Light, which was the Game Boy Pocket with the backlight in it, which they did not release in America.
Awesome.
They were like, they just went straight to the Game Boy Color.
They still be selling those things now. They should probably.
Yeah, people mod them with
You can
lights.
you can buy for
A
the
backlight.
Game Boy,
Yeah.
the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance. You can buy a backlit screen.
The Game Boy Color is a very difficult one to get.
We had the Game
Original
Boy
Game Boy
Advance.
is easy as hell to take apart.
For
Yeah,
the
the original
Boy,
Game Boys were easy.
I had
The
to
Game Boy
reflow the
Color
solder
was
on
very
the
hard to
Game
do.
Boy
Otherwise,
Color.
I'd have done
Yeah.
it by now.
Yeah, for
I
the
also
Game
got
Boy
the I
Advance, we
modded
put ours
the
in
Game Boy-
ourselves, and then the screen
regular
almost
Game Boy.
fell off.
Pocket.
Oh, I
And
know.
then
But they have that, yeah.
there's another. I did another one of them. Jesus Christ, how can I not remember? Oh, I did the Game Boy Advance too.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
the Game Boy
yeah, you
Advance
did
with
the
the
GBA.
backlight.
The more
So-
comfortable version. I mean, the SP
Yeah,
was nice.
it is
but
better.
Yeah, but the, I like,
It's better than
I
the
still
SP.
like the wide one
The
myself.
wide one was
Versus
more
the SP.
comfortable.
I just came up with a project in my head is to mod the most monstrous, weird Game Boy you can, like
With
okay,
accessories?
yeah, we can do accessories too. I'm just thinking like even stock, like to see how monstrous you can make it on the inside. Just like backlight it, replace the speaker,
Put
use
some LEDs in there.
LEDs.
Yeah,
So
but they
we'll-
do have, they have
Cooling fan for your hands.
they've got case lighting available for it, so you can do case lighting for it.
Because we can see we can make the ugliest Game Boy.
But that's
And maybe
You
with
can put a
accessories on
fake
top.
pen in it, it'll be great.
I was gonna say, I say you permanently affix all of the accessories, so it's just like a giant like nugget that you pull out like.
And you have to unfold.
Yeah, and like
Oh, you mean
Still
like
fit
Wait,
your
I'm not
you mean
done
like the
setting it
Game
up.
Gear?
like the Game Gear, exactly, like that piece of shit. So,
Which, and again, we should do a show.
Or
on
like
Game Gear.
the-
just for all the
the-
weird shit you could add to that.
The Genesis Tower.
Yes, or the Genesis Tower.
Game Boy attaches right to the top.
Hey, speaking of which, I saw today, if anybody's looking for a Genesis CD, $50. Yeah.
First or second?
First gen.
Okay.
No, second gen.
Yeah.
Side one.
Yeah, the side one.
Side one. So, but
Third gen, knock
$50
off.
for a working one is not a bad deal.
Yeah, for working one, yeah, for
So I
sure.
saw that today. So if anybody's interested, tell me. I'll send you the link. All right. So anybody else want to talk about the hardware at all? Like I said, there's another piece I want to talk about. what we talked about before, the reason I'm not really big on handhelds because of the single player, is the link cable that came with the original. Right, all the way from the first Game Boy on, they had the link cable so you could play with your friends. And the cool thing was, it wasn't just a straight link-to-link cable. Yes, that was the most common way to use it. You just plug 2 Game Boys in and play head-to-head with your friends. Right. But they also had an adapter you could buy, even for the original Game Boy, that allowed up to 4 people to play a game.
But you had to find games that were compatible.
There was a fair amount, actually.
And people, I would say people.
Okay, that's more to the point, is friends to play with. But actually, the list of games is
But you already have a Game Boy in your hand.
Yeah, but you're an introvert with a Game Boy, and you're like, I don't want to talk to people. Oh, no.
Never mind. So, forget it. Did I mention Game
You don't have Pokemon to train me? I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah. Well,
I will
but
tell
for
you-
that
I will
reason,
tell
you
you
need
for-
the link
Well, that's
cable.
For
If you have
Game
Pokemon,
Boy,
I feel like you could always make friends.
for Game Boy, I think there was there was an official front light,
I was a
and it
Digimon
worked
fan.
really
Yeah.
well.
I
A
was not
Nintendo
cool.
front light for it?
Yeah, was it an
As
official
opposed to,
one?
Or in the court, sorry, big peanut gallery yell out to pick up and go games.
Pick up and go
Yay!
games!
Yay!
Hey!
Yay!
We'll see you guys soon with a Game
We
Hole.
got one.
Hopefully,
Sorry
see you guys
about
at Game Hole Con.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They're fun to
I
hang
just
out
wonder
with.
what rules
Yeah.
we broke.
Even better,
Oh.
drink.
No,
Twice in one
there's not
episode.
many rules.
That's why I
guys
was
get
there.
beer.
I was surprised.
Try not to throw up in the front yard, but hell, you know, it's
I mean,
it's
it's
not
not
hard
bad.
to
What about
pass.
the backyard?
Brown liquor Christmas.
That's
more
more
Brown
like
liquor Christmas,
Right to the
all
street.
bets are off.
That's more like a guideline.
Yeah, at that point.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I've seen Pirates of the Caribbean enough times where every time I say guideline, when I'm saying it's more of a guideline, I say it like fucking that. Thanks, Pirates. What the fuck?
Okay, Pirates is a different movie. You're watching a different movie.
Well, I have also seen that one.
So what?
It is
It's a good,
okay.
it's a good flick.
It is
It's a
okay
good flick.
today.
Very enjoyable visually.
It is-
Whoa.
Today,
I want to link to that.
today
What
is
was
Talk
that?
Like a Pirate Day.
Oh,
You
God.
the most
It's
expensive
official
porn ever made at the
National
time.
Talk Like a
Yeah.
Bought all
Pirate
the
Day.
sets
So
for
good
the first
job.
Pirates of the
Help them
Caribbean
get
film.
Alright, you just we do explain what this is.
Wow, wait, yeah, explain this, because I never heard of this before.
You never told me
Pirates.
before.
You haven't heard of that?
No!
Well, it's old now. It's
It used to be the most expensive porn ever made
Right.
because they bought all the sets from the Pirates
From
movie.
Disney.
Disney was not sure that there was going to be a franchise because back when we used to only make one movie and now we make 6 of everything.
Right.
And so they sold them, I believe, to one of the big porn, I don't know,
Yeah,
one of the big porn studios, and then they made just a porno, but it's about pirates on these beautiful sets.
That are all from
On
Pirates
these
of the Caribbean.
multi-million-dollar sets for a
This
children's
is the
movie.
tale!
But then, you know,
Captain
they
Jack
Expressly
Sparrow.
know they were selling to do a porno.
Oh, yeah,
they did.
Oh, no,
I mean, it's
they
not like
knew.
these companies
They knew
decide
exactly.
what they do.
We're gonna film people fucking on
I mean,
this.
if
She
you
was
were
like,
to
fine,
ask
whatever.
Yeah,
Hey,
whatever.
we sold it.
Hey,
Well,
it's
it's
your
already
business.
PG-13, so fuck it.
No, Disney goes, it's your business. We just want the money.
Yeah.
So they want to have you seen the castles in all
Man,
of
this
it?
show is
Why?
educational.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I did not know. I will have to.
It's, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's old at this one. It's like a decade
I
old.
had
Yeah, it's,
never heard of that.
And it's like a, it's like a movie with like sword and actual metal sword fighting and everything.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
But there are also fucking interludes.
There's quite a bit of that.
Besides the sword.
As you can imagine.
So when you talk about sword play, it covers it on all levels.
It does.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
so glad we have
I
this.
don't know if you guys
one.
got that, but swordplay meant penises.
Oh.
Really? I didn't know that.
So back in the day,
I'm glad you helped
back in
out
the day
our,
when the Senate,
pre-teen
when the Senate would
users
watch
out
There's a
movies
double
to
entendre.
find out if they were offensive or not.
Okay.
This one would pass because
It had all
Well,
the
just
bullshit.
think about, and I'm
it
sure,
had
like, just think
artistic
about,
qualities.
think about back in the days of Blockbuster. I mean, how many parents thought they were bringing home Pirates of the Caribbean? You know what I mean?
To be
Oh,
fair,
man.
they,
Watch this.
they made a version where they cut all the sex scenes out. It's like 2 minutes long.
Real quick.
It's
You
only
said
26
the
minutes.
credits.
You said double entendre. Has anybody ever made a
For
triple
pirates,
entendre?
Can you make a triple one?
Is it possible?
You're so dirty. You
Alright,
become
we don't have to
clean.
keep talking. We don't have to think.
All
about
right,
it
let's get
now.
back.
I mean, we
Let's
could
go
have
back
done
to
that.
All right. Okay.
We've melted
Alright.
into cake.
I think we've milked out olives. Does anybody have any?
I'm gonna say pay.
This show had everything.
Yeah, we really did kind of cover
They
They
everything.
even had the chaos at the
All
end.
right, so-
Is there any other porn topics we want to cover?
No,
All-purpose vegetable.
Yard porn?
Wow.
Rob, why don't you go ahead and take us
Oh
out?
God! All right,
Classic.
so
All
you
the
know, I
greats.
really wasn't expecting to quite take us out yet, but I
Done with the
definitely can.
add-ons?
If you, oh God, if you're the kind of person who enjoys this kind of crap, well, you can check us out at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. On Facebook, join the chaos every week on Tuesday night. www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer.
We'll
But
probably
wait.
talk to you.
No, we won't.
But wait, if you
Continue.
have something you absolutely have to say to Guys Games and Beer, you can of course call the Guys Games and Beer hotline at 262-885-2337 and leave us a message.
We may even play on the show. Didn't you see the post?
Probably
saw
there'll be
the
something really
post.
dirty.
We may play it on the show anyways.
I mean, we're already talking about porn, so who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty much like a lean hard R right now.
Yeah. That's 262-885-2337 on Twitch. Guys, Games and Beer. You know what? Do we care?
On Twitch?
We got
Of course we
Twitch
care on
listeners,
Twitch.
So yeah, I guess we do care about you, Twitch. We love you.
Tom works
We
hard
love
on
you, Twitch.
We love you, Twitch.
You totally weren't just an afterthought
All like
suddenly.
6 of you.
No, you're right. Yeah, I'm good with all 6 of them.
Yeah,
That's 4 right now.
I agree.
We were at 6 earlier. We dropped down to 4. I'm good with that.
I'm one. No.
3. Never mind. We're done with 3. You left. You left,
You
didn't you? You left.
I swear it gets bigger.
All right.
Travis said
So,
we've been saying that
what do we
his
got
whole
coming up, Rob?
We got Game Hole Con coming up.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
Not even a couple months. 5 weeks.
Oh yeah, it is 5 weeks. Holy
It's like 5 weeks away.
Yeah, we're gonna get
First
Well, I
weekend
mean,
in
it
November.
goes into the second month.
First weekend in November.
It's a damn good convention. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. We've had interviewed the showrunners a couple of times. Absolutely love the show. It's got great spirit. Lots of fun board games. We get hammered. We're gonna be
Some days
running.
can be rough.
interviews with
Our interviews are better than
orcs.
average.
Interviews
We talk
with
with
orcs.
really cool people.
Orcs.
Yeah, orcs. Great game creators. It's got that old school Gen Con
No, we
spirit.
just kind of stare at
No,
game
see, now that's something to bring up. It has the feel of the original Gen Con.
Yeah, it's fucking magical. It's a great weekend. It's cheap. For most people who are watching this live right now, it's local to your area. It's only about an hour drive out. It's awesome. Go check it out.
Yeah, well worth
We're
checking
gonna
out.
be talking about it more as it comes up, but go look at it now. It's fun.
Yeah, tickets are on sale. Events are filling up.
We'll be there.
Yeah, October 1st is the last day for pre-registration.
We'll have beer.
Don't
Yeah.
scare them away.
Well, are we gonna talk? Are we gonna mention the bonus thing we're doing?
No, not yet. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
But-
Yeah, we're trying to get things.
So surprises
It's a podcast enlargement
coming.
pump.
So get
Yes,
get
it
your
is.
tickets in.
Swedish
Yes, it
made
is.
podcast enlargement pump.
You're right.
All right.
Oh, 2 weeks from now, we've got the developers of Vindicta coming on. It's going to be a special episode because they're from Beirut.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do
Shit.
that early in the
You
morning
mean
on
the
a
game
Saturday
went
morning.
to college?
Worldwide.
Yeah, we are going worldwide.
So excited to have them on.
We're globalists. Ha ha!
I'm not gonna I don't want to blow too
The earth's
much.
still
Yeah,
flat.
don't
Up
blow
a
your
load
load.
on this, but I do want to say that they've come up with a very creative solution to the problem of running and movement in VR.
It's amazing.
In first-person shooters in VR. Sorry, they've actually come up with a solution that seems to work.
I love it.
So, yeah.
I really love what they've done for motion.
Yeah, so that's pretty damn exciting. I'm glad to have them on. That was a bit of a haul to get them, but we got them now, and
Wow.
I'm very happy to have them. So 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have them on. Anything else? You guys think of anything else?
Yeah, again, get your emails in if you haven't already. First 2 emails we get, again, to wizardworld@guysgamesandbeer.net with Wizard World as the subject. Win a set of passes to Wizard World this weekend in Madison, Wisconsin. It's a decent con if you're looking for stuff to buy. Some of the panels are okay.
Cool cosplay.
Stan Lee is supposed to be there this
Oh, crap.
weekend. So, just saying right now, chances to maybe see Stan Lee. All right?
I might just have a confirm on another guest for next week. That's gonna be really good. One I've been trying to land too. Hey, what do you know?
All right. So,
Oh,
everything's
sure.
Coming to Millhouse.
Take us out the rest of the way, Rob.
All right, well, thank you very much for watching Guys, Games, and Beer. We do appreciate it a whole lot, and we cannot wait to see you guys at Gamehole Con. I am pretty damn hyped about it, so I hope you guys are too. Don't forget, the Wizard World tickets, I think as of now, are still open, although it takes our email server like 8 hours to process email. So it's hard to tell really, but you don't forget, it's Wizard World at guysgamesandbeer.net, and just put Wizard World in the title, and we'll see if you won. All right, see you next week. Bye.
Cheers, everybody.
My true believers.
Fare thee well.
Oh man, what a mess.
That was good tonight. The